Right. As we move along, we're gonna get to our last discussion. No? Eto. I'm sure napanood nyo to, nakita nyo, no? For our last discussion, sabi nga nila, save the best for last. The whole universe saw her beauty and extraordinary achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, it's a privilege to share the stage with her, the Miss Universe Philippines 2023 and Department of Tourism Ambassador, Michelle Marquez D.
Hello! Hello, Filipinas! Hi!
Hello, Michelle. Good
Hello.
afternoon. Long time. Gusto ko yung
nice
lakad
to
talagang
see you.
na-embody mo na yung pagka...
Why,
Diba?
thank you.
Diba?
Medyo automatic siya pag naka-heels, so kahit medyo unstable yung
Ay, oo nga, may
stage
butas-butas pa.
natin.
Tricky pa to, ha? Have a
Kaya
seat,
nga.
please.
Thank you.
I'm sure ang dami nag-aabang sa'yo since this morning. Diba?
Hello.
And they're so happy that you're here. Let's talk about the pre-pageant days before we get to the post-pageant days.
Gano'n kalayo yung pag-uusapan natin?
Hindi, mga ano lang naman. Before you joined the Miss Universe, pageant, who was Michelle D and what were your goals at that time?
You know, Michelle D has so many facets. I'm sure a lot of you all that are here know. But to those that don't know, I actually never dreamed to become a pageant queen.
Okay.
I never dreamed to be a beauty queen.
Hindi ka parang
following
ginagroup ng parents mo yung, diba? Yung parang,
Naku.
gusto ko.
I grew up in Utah on a ranch and a farm.
Oh.
Nanay ko napaka-cowboy.
Okay, literal.
Literally.
Oh.
So malayong-malayo po talaga sa mundo ng pageantry.
Okay.
What was instilled to me by my parents was to really own my values, my skills, the things that I can offer the world, but they never dictated how I should live my life and what I should do. Of course, but they would tell me the potential that I had as well. So I was a creative, I'm an adrenaline junkie, I'm a nerd at heart.
Okay.
I loved working behind the cameras, I love numbers, very techie pa ako. So if you can tell based on before I joined, ate ko talaga, my sister was the one who could have been groomed to be Miss Philippines. She was the one in ballet, theater, on stage
The
all
arts,
the time.
kumbaga.
Yes.
So, when did it first cross your mind na, teka, parang gusto ko gawin to? Was there a moment, an experience that made you say,
Yeah.
gusto ko gawin to?
So I started my, showbiz career back in college, and it was very simple. I wanted to make money in the easiest and fastest way possible. Kasi syempre, I was still a student, I had an allowance, but I also had things that I wanted and needed. Pero, again, at an early young age, my parents taught me the value of hard work. If you want something, you work for it. Hindi yung hihingi ka lang because
True.
it's something. So, ayun, I was in college. I wanted to earn some money
So,
on my
showbiz
own.
muna, showbiz.
Yeah, modeling muna. That's how
Modeling
I started.
muna, okay.
And then exposing myself gradually, everyone around me started saying, Michelle, ba't di ka mag-pageant? Ba't di ka mag-beauty queen?
Mga anong
You
age
have-
to, if you don't mind me asking?
I was still, siguro mga 17.
17,
Mga
okay.
17, 16. Pero syempre, being the daughter of Melanie Marquez, it's kind of expected that
May
one of her...
konting
Dalawa lang
dyan.
kaming babae. Dalawa lang kaming
Okay,
babae. My sister was obviously based in the US. Ako na lang yung natitira here. I entered the industry. So obviously, a lot of the people that I wanted to work with were like, bagay ka mag-pageants. Pero ako kasi, sino mga nakakita ng mga old photos ko dito, I was an athlete. I was very brusco. I didn't know how a proper runway walk could be. But it was really because of everybody around me that I saw the potential in me. That light bulb moment was the first time I was on a pageant stage.
Okay.
I was judging a pageant and then I
You were
felt...
judging.
I was judging
Okay,
a male pageant.
Judger ka pala nun, judger.
Konti lang naman. Hindi
Tapos,
naman.
male pageant.
Male pageant, but that was the first time I was ever on a pageant stage. And I felt the support of the whole audience. And that's when I started telling myself, thousands of people see the potential in me. Why can't I change my mindset and see the potential in myself? Diba?
Hindi
Thank
mo
you.
pinag-isipan to, parang alam
Hindi
mo na yung
talaga eh.
sasagot
Kasi
eh.
I'm a realist.
Diba?
I am able to assess my qualities, assess what I have. And based on my lifestyle back then, parang malayo talaga sa pageantry. So, it was a shift in my mindset on my own potential. I had to step out of the box, stop seeing pageantry for what I thought it was, which was superficial, and just women on a stage. I stopped, I took a step back, and I realized that pageants are a very, very powerful platform. Very powerful platform to do the good that you want to do, to advocate for the advocacies. So it runs so much deeper than what I thought it was. And that for me was that mindset shift that, encouraged me to join the first pageant, which was Miss World. And alam naman natin, beauty with a purpose was at my core. So if it wasn't for that advocacy aspect, I don't think I would have been able to join.
So you conquered that. Let's talk about the behind the scenes. Behind the scenes.
Yes,
Nitong
in my mind.
pageantry.
Yes,
no?
yes.
As they say, the side that people don't know about.
Yes.
Let's talk about 3 things or 3 challenges, so to speak, that you encountered.
Well, number 1, I think everybody here can admit that the Philippines is one of, if not the best pageant powerhouse countries around the universe. Not just in Asia, not just in this
Definitely.
region, but the whole universe. The Philippines has the best fans, they have the best supporters. And with that comes a very long track record of success stories.
Correct.
My mom's included, so nanay ko, Miss International.
Extra pressure pa yun.
Extra pressure pa yun.
Nanay mo.
So, syempre, it was a whole process. I knew I didn't fit in the stereotype or the standard of what a typical beauty queen had. Long
hindi
hair.
ka nawalan ng doon, ha? Parang, teka, hindi ako pasok sa typical profile.
Alam ko talaga na hindi ako pasok sa typical
ba't
profile.
mo-
Not only did I not have the physical qualities, but I also, hindi ako ganon kakikay. Alam niyo naman, hindi talaga ako kikay, hindi ako ganon kalandi when
Okay.
it comes to my performances. So there were a number of things in my head that I knew hindi pasok. So my number 1 mistake was in my first few pageants, I was still conforming to what I believed other people needed to see from me.
Okay, so ikaw yung
Ako yung
Ito
nag-adjust,
siguro
basically.
ito yung,
Oo.
what's this, yung mold. So let
The
me
mold.
adjust to that.
Let me adjust, let me try my best to fit in. Because I knew in my heart and in my mind that I had the exact qualities that queen should have inside.
Okay.
The drive to do good, the drive to give back, the core values that's necessary to really represent the country. Pero wala pa akong lakad. Hindi pa
Okay.
ako marunong mag-makeup. Hindi pa ako marunong gumawa ng sarili kong hair. How can I be a one-man team internationally if I didn't train for that?
But the mindset was there, the heart was there.
And then now, as soon as I made that mental shift
Oo.
into seeing pageantry as a whole, and that each and every single person here, whether you're a guy, whether you're a girl, in its essence, we are all beauty queens as long as we do our part to make the world a better place.
Kita niyo, i-notes niyo yun. Ha? I-ano niyo, record niyo yun. Okay, so here you are preparing for Miss Universe. Did you have any breakdown moments na parang, shit, pagod na ako dito.
Oh
Oh my
naman.
God.
2022,
Okay,
2022 is when I first joined Miss Universe again. Our winning queen that year was Celeste Cortesi. I won first runner-up. And arguably, the nationals of the Philippines will be harder than the international competition.
Why is that so?
Because, one, like I mentioned, we're a pageant powerhouse country. We have a very tedious selection process. You're up against people that have been training their whole life, people that really fit into that mold. And
I
it's
was
also
born for this, mga ganon.
it's a 3 to 5 month process depending on what pageant you join, and that's an everyday thing. So nakakapagod din. And to win first runner up, it takes a certain type of mindset to have to convince yourself to do it right after.
Yes.
I did it, I joined 2023 again, and there was no other option for me than to do better than my last, which was to win the crown.
But that's already one thing. Kasi normally, if you win first runner-up,
Okay na dapat yun
more
eh.
often than not,
A
okay na ako.
lot of people will be like, oh, I should be happy with
Oo,
this.
oo.
Pero, and I'm very grateful. I was so supportive to all of the queens. I have nothing against the outcome because I accepted that I committed one major mistake. And that was, I didn't train the aspect that I thought I was so confident in. Doon ako nagkamali. And I couldn't live with myself knowing that there was something I didn't do properly.
Okay.
So it was a theory in my head that I had to kind of
Get over.
And,
push
Yes.
harder.
because there's no regrets trying. The only regret, my fear is never knowing what could have happened if I didn't try again. And all of this wouldn't happen if I didn't try again. It's all about taking that risk, assessing my weakest points, working on that the hardest, and then coming out, allowing my success become my biggest success stories.
There you go. Diba? It's taking that step, having that courage to actually make it through. And yun nga, it's amazing to hear a story where naka first runner-up ka na, pero you went back, assessed yourself again, teka lang, anong ginawa ko mali? Or where can I improve pa?
Well, because the thing is I thought it was my last year. 2022, I didn't think I could join again. So I was considering 2022 my last year.
Okay.
When I found out that I had one last chance.
May 1 year pa.
May 1 year pa. I had to let go of my placement, first runner-up, and then try again. But this was when I said, ito na talaga yung last chance. I didn't know, tataas pa yung age limit at the time. Pwede pa pala.
Pwede pa. Extension.
But, I changed one thing. And I think this is what became very evident with our kababayans, is that I decided to embrace myself, embrace what I had to offer, not conform to the stereotype and the standard, and just say, you know what, I'm going to give it my all. Hopefully people see that, but I am focused on making every single Filipino proud.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And that is so true because you represented the Philippines
Yes.
on a global stage.
Yes.
That means you stood there as a representation of every Filipino and Filipina.
Yes.
And we're going to bring it back to that topic. No? Of course, that also includes representing the Philippines. Let's talk about some personal stuff. Favorite place? Or bigyan mo ang top 2 favorite destinations or place in the Philippines.
Well, somewhere there, I have to say Makati.
Oh, huwag na tayo lumayo.
I have to say I'm proud to be a Makatizen. I never agreed to represent any other municipality because that's really where I grew up here. But of course, I do love Boracay. I love Palawan. I just came home from Buscalan also. I have my tattoos right here from
There we go.
Apawang Od. And that actually is one of my favorite places and destinations that I experienced also. I can name so much more, but you only gave me 3.
Oh,
So
well, kino-concise na because limited
know.
time rin tayo. How do you feel or what do you think is the responsibility of representing the country as Miss Universe Philippines when it comes to spreading the culture and heritage of our country?
That's one of the most important things when you apply as a candidate pa lang at Miss Universe, is you are applying for a job to be the face of the country.
Technically, ambassador of the country.
Yes,
diba?
exactly.
Oo.
And whoever wins should already embody what it means to be truly Filipina. It's way beyond the vanity of things, just the crown or the success that comes after. You really have to believe that you are the representative of the Philippines. You have to act accordingly. You have to, every single thing you do on a global stage has to be towards your country, which is why I keep saying my focus, of course, was to bring home the 5th crown, but my bigger core purpose was to make sure that every single aspect of me being Pinoy is highlighted. Because at the end of the day, as long as my country is proud of my performance, they see their stories being highlighted, they see all of their efforts staying up late at night, voting for their country, because walang Michelle D dun, it's just Philippines. It doesn't go to waste. And I think that's what resonated with a lot of our kababayans, is that I really wanted those efforts to shine. Because dun sometimes nagkukulang is relaying your story and your message.
That's true.
Yeah.
Kasi minsan, yun lang nakikita natin, what's on screen. What is the story and the message?
Well, here's the thing. I am a creative. I studied psychology. My thesis was all about the psychology of how you can relay or convey your message or your stories. So I knew I had to, because there was nothing fake about my journey. Everything was all organic. But how do you sell that story without it being sold and it being translated very authentically? And that, number one, was showcasing the hard work that I put, but also injecting so many Filipino elements, from only sporting a pure Filipino wardrobe to my Philippine national costume, really breaking barriers and really trying to change the game on how people perceive the national costume. Sometimes you also have to put the tourism logo on it to really tell people that, you know, I am somebody that is proud to be Pinoy. I was also able to inject the fact that I am an Air Force reservist as well. And that's also a form of service, not just on stage, but for the country as well. So the message was that you don't have to be just beautiful. You don't have to be somebody that's on stage. But those little things that we're able to do on our day-to-day lives is a very important message on how to promote what we want to promote.
Basically, it's on and off cam, on and off stage,
Yes.
so to speak.
It's always love, respect, and kindness. I actually try to advocate for that with my supporters as well, is that let's not be part of the problem, let's be part of the solution. Let's show the world that we lead by example as well. And that starts with the person that they look up to.
That is absolutely correct. We're here at, of course, Go Negosyo's Tourism Summit. So we gotta definitely get to this question. Can you share some advocacies you have relating to tourism in the Philippines, and what will be the possible impact in the long run of the growth of our tourism industry?
You know, as somebody that has won a national title twice already, I have already through experience realized that when you are somebody that represents the country, you have an amazing platform to once again promote your country. But I do have to stress that we do have to lead by example, and we have to really enforce sustainable tourism, because we do have a lot of tourism efforts. We have a lot of tourist destinations, but that only counts if we can ensure that there are no negative impacts in our current environment, in our current tourist destinations. We have to do our part by showing them that it is possible to create solutions. So now I am one of the new tourism ambassadors for the Philippines.
Congratulations.
I do have a lot of projects that will hopefully promote not just the famous provinces, but also the more underrated ones. Like, I just came back from Sultan Kudarat with Miss Universe Philippines, and I kid you not, I was so amazed with their natural resources, things that I never saw. So that's what we are working on now with Department of Tourism, is highlighting the lesser,
Not so popular.
Not so
I mean, of course, you have the Boracais, the Palawans, which are already world renowned.
World renowned.
And we're so happy that, you know, these places are getting recognition all over the world. But like you said, there are these, there are so many actually other beautiful places in the Philippines
and
that kind of need that share in the spotlight.
Exactly. And I think the beauty of the position that I am in is I'm also the Goodwill Ambassador of Autism Society Philippines, and we are the largest in the nation. So we have more than 100 chapters all over the Philippines, and itutur ko yun isa-isa hopefully when my schedule permits. And I am able to mesh all of the facets of my life, whether being an advocate, whether being a DOT ambassador, and also being a creative, and combining all of that to create one beautiful story on how the Philippines is not just a tourist destination, but we're also home to some of the most hospitable, understanding, accepting people from all over the world. And that's something that we should really be proud of.
Very, very well said. Our Go Negosyantes, of course, are here supporting you, but also a lot of them are looking for opportunities to grow something within the Philippines. Now, grow the Philippines, grow or start a business, do something. What is your advice to all our small SMEs that are here?
Well, my best advice is to dare to be different. dare to shy away from what the normal trends are, because that's what gave me my success, is really being different, really trying to find the problem and finding a unique solution towards that. The thing is you will only regret the opportunities that you do not take. But if you work at least for 1 hour every day towards a certain goal, then you'll see day by day, with those core values in mind, with that objective in mind, you'll see progress. And it's never about perfection. Because I'm a perfectionist and I have failed multiple times because I failed to start because I was too scared of not getting things perfect. But you have to try and subject yourself to failure, because only then will you know if you can actually succeed. So don't be afraid of failure. Embrace it. Embrace it, embrace it, embrace it.
And that's how you sometimes get up, diba?
Get
I
up.
mean,
Yep.
you would not know if you don't fail.
Yes.
That's sometimes the starting point, that when you fail, you consider it as a lesson.
Yes.
Diba?
Everything that happens in life is a lesson or a blessing. And until you overcome that fear of failure, only then will you experience the most euphoric success.
Ganding. Ganda. All right. Of course, we wish we had more time with you, Michelle,
I
but
know. Maybe next year.
we're running out of time. But let's have one final message to everybody who's here. People have been waiting for you the entire afternoon.
Well, to everybody that was here, maraming salamat. I see so many familiar faces. Thank you. Thank you for always showing up, showing how much you support the things that I believe in. Sa mga nagsuporta sa akin while I was in El Salvador, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I came home as the most awarded delegate in the history of Miss Universe. But those are not my accomplishments. That is all your accomplishments. Everyone here in the Philippines, maraming salamat. My success will always be your success. And if I might leave one final note, is always to lead by example, always have love, respect, and kindness in your heart. And even if we can't do grander things, as long as we can make at least one person's life better, then I promise you, you won't regret it. So again, maraming salamat.
Michelle, thank you so much. Let's have a photo really quick.
Thank you.
All right. Let's have a quick
Pwedeng
photo
pa
session.
isang Filipinas. Okay lang. Okay. Michelle Marquez de Filipinas. Maraming salamat. Thank you. Go Negosyo. Maraming salamat also to the Department of Tourism for having me here. And I hope to see you all very, very soon. Sam,
Michelle,
for
thank
being
you. I'll
such
see
a
you soon.
wonderful co-host pala. Hindi.
Picture na.
Co-panelist.
Tinangkadan mo talaga, ah. Thank you so much, Michelle. All right.
Bye. Thank you so much.